And I remember the jogging scene with me and Bill Hurt at dawn, and we got up very early in the morning, like 4 o'clock in the morning, just as the sun's coming up, and there's all this mist on the streets. And we had to shoot it, and we had to shoot it quickly, because the mist was, we were about to lose the mist, and I think Larry loved the mist. So if you look closely at that scene, you can see that Bill's, you know, we're wearing those little tiny microphones here with a battery pack in our back pocket. And if you look closely, you can see Bill's wires are sticking out of his pocket. You can see these little wires. That's for his microphone.
At the time, in the early 80s, video cameras were just coming into common use, where people would actually have them in their homes. That was a new thing. And the camera that is used in the film, you can see, is a big, crude, early edition of video. But it was wonderful that you could have instant television that you made yourself.
So, you came back from Vietnam a changed man. Well, why don't you just tell everybody?
Barbara and I thought it was appropriate that these people who are obsessively self-absorbed, I mean, what better forum and comic opportunity than for them to make these tapes that talk a little bit about themselves and where they're at and their feelings about the values of the world.
Really all that's happening is that I'm trying to get what I want, which is what everybody does. It's just that some of their styles are so warm or charming or sincere or otherwise phony, you don't realize they're just trying to get what they want.
When you talk about them being foolish, that's the way they're most foolish, is they're so interested in themselves, you know. As the Meg Tilly character says, I don't like to talk about myself as much as you guys do.
I don't like talking about my past as much as you guys do.
There's a generational difference between her and these older people she's hanging around with. She is not racked with the same kind of self-doubt that they are.
Can you tell us something about Alex?
Well, he was cute. He said we made a good couple because I had no expectations and he had too many.
It was interesting because some people's take on her, they'd call her an airhead or a bimbo, really hurt me because she was very smart. Some people grieve in different ways. It's a sense of removal, or all of a sudden something that's not appropriate that can strike you as very funny, because it's either that or burst into tears.
I know what Alex would say. What? What's for dessert?
She wasn't just going to go on and deify Alex, because she was living with him. And she knew him for what he was and who he was now. See, a lot of the other people were projecting onto Alex all the qualities that they wanted him to have. And so I think sometimes listening to everybody, talking about him, it just didn't seem true to her.
I think he purposely wanted to cut off from all of us because he was so unhappy with where he was at.
Is that true, Chloe? Did you feel that?
I don't know. We had some good times. I haven't met that many happy people in my life. How do they act?
I think it was hard for her, but she was trying to come to grips with it too, in her own way.
Alex and I made love the night before he died. It was fantastic.
Somebody had found this nest of rattlesnakes, huge rattlesnakes that had lived there for years. And then we have this scene that next day where the guys are going in the field, and they were really scared to go in the field.
When they were scouting the location for that scene, I think they came back and they said, yes, unfortunately, that whole field is riddled with rattlesnakes. So you might want to carry a stick or something like that. Okay, I'll carry a stick. Yeah, I think that's good for my character. and I remember it started to rain.
Harold, you know it's raining. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Jeff loves to improvise, as do I, and in that scene, I think I ad-libbed a line about, "You're not afraid of snakes, are you, by the way," or whatever. And Jeff, and I just kept walking, and Jeff just stopped where he was, and that was the take they used.
You're not afraid of snakes, are you?